Good morning everyone, my name is Raini Zainal and today I will be presenting a study titled Face-to-Face versus Blended Learning by Harper and College, published in 2024. This study focuses on how different teaching methods, traditional face-to-face and blended learning, influence student outcome in higher education, particularly among biological science students at Edge Hill University in the United Kingdom. Before the pandemic, during the academic year 2018 until 2019, the teaching method was fully face-to-face. When the COVID-19 hit in 2020 until 2021, classes shifted to a blended learning format, combining online lessons with limited in-person sessions. The main purpose of the study was to assess how this change affected student performance, engagement, and overall learning experiences. So, from my point of view, this research highlights how quickly universities had to adapt the new learning environments. However, while rapid adaptation was necessary, it's also important to ensure that learning quality and student motivation are not compromised. So we go to the next. The findings show clear differences in academic results. Out of 7 modules studied, 4 recorded lower marks during the blended learning period compared to the face-to-face approach. The risk assessment rate also increased from 5.7% to 9.1%, meaning more students had to retake assessments. Modules that were heavily based on written exams were the most affected. From my perspective, this suggests that a blended format may have reduced students' structure, discipline, and motivations. To address this, universities should redesign assessment to better fit online or hybrid delivery. For example, through project-based, open book, or collaborative assignment. So we go to the next. Besides academic performance, engagement and access were also major challenges. Many students found it difficult to stay motivated and participate actively during blended learning. Technical barriers such as unstable internet connection and limited access to devices made it worse. In addition, students feel isolated and miss out on essential laboratory experiences that are difficult to replicate online. In my opinion, while technology provides flexibility, it cannot fully replace hands-on and social learning experiences. Virtual labs can be used as helpful tools, but they should support, not replace, cycle lab activities. The study also reveals some interesting gender differences. Male students were found to be more likely to fail during blended learning, while female students were able to maintain relatively consistent performance. This shows that different groups of students may adapt differently to online and hybrid environments. In my view, this means universities should offer personalized academic and emotional support to ensure that all students, regardless of background or gender, can adapt successfully to new learning formats. Blended learning also brought some positive results. Certain modules such as biodiversity and cell biology actually performed better in a blended mood. This improvement was linked to multiple choice, assessment recorded, lectures, and the flexibility that allows students to learn at their own pace. So from my perspective, blended learning encourages inclusivity and accessibility, especially for students who may need extra time or support. This positive aspect should be written and even after returning to normal teaching conditions. So, based on the study, several recommendations were made to enhance blended learning. First, ensure that every student has equal access to digital devices and a stable internet. Second, provide digital literacy training for both students and educators so they can use online tools effectively. Third, use interactive online features such as breakout rooms, live polls, and quizzes to boost participation. Fourth, combine visual and cycle labs to keep practical learning strong. And finally, keep recorded lectures available for flexible learning and accessibility. So in my opinion, true educational equality means not just providing content online, but also making sure that all students have the tools, access, and skills to participate meaningfully. So, my point of view, from my personal point of view, blended learning should be balanced, not dominant. While technology makes learning more flexible, the human connection in classroom remains essential for developing communication, collaboration, and motivation. Assessment should also be aligned with the mode of delivery to ensure fairness. Finally, universities must prioritize students' motivation and mental health support, especially when learning happens remotely. So, to conclude, the majority of modules in study perform better in face-to-face settings, showing the continued importance of direct interaction in education. However, blended learning has proven to offer valuable flexibility and inclusivity, which should not be ignored. The best way forward is to adopt a hybrid model that blends both approaches effectively. So to make this successful, institutions must invest in training, technical support, and continuous feedback for both teachers and students. As the study concludes, blended learning should complement, not replace, face-to-face education. So, I would like to end with a key takeaway quote from the research. Blended learning can enhance education, but only if technology empowers, not replace human connection. Thank you for listening.